Welcome to the Creative Playing Podcast Network. Join us as we review our favorite RPGs, collectible card games, MMOs, video games, PC games, and bring up interesting topics and things that we'd like to share with everyone. Sit back and enjoy the show. Hey guys, welcome to a special episode of our Edge of Empires beginning game starter set. So guys, everybody go around the table, say hi and who you are.
Hi, I'm Sandy.
I'm Xander.
I'm also Sandy. No, I'm Gary.
Kellie.
And I'm Jim. So guys, here's what we got with the cool little pre-gens. So first we've got the Twilight Bounty Hunter, Ascara. Cool little picture.
Cool.
Liking her even more now.
Uh-huh.
See, told us.
We have Lorik, the hired gun Wookiee.
Can we hear you? Yeah.
We have
There we go.
the colonist droid 41 Vex.
That's Mr. 41. That's
He will
Dr.
vex.
41 Vex.
He will
to you.
vex you horribly.
That's Dr. 41.
And we have the human smuggler Pash.
Posh. I like Posh better.
Okay, because you're a girl playing a
Posh
guy.
Spice.
Okay, so first take a second to read the back of the character because it actually has your character's background, which is relating to what they're doing in the story. And they're actually really, really well written. And this will buy me time to get stuff out. How many ships have you crashed?
Apparently, I just like the way it's written. First, he was ejected from Imperial Flight School for insubordination, which is apparently a fancy word for stealing a shuttle for a quick flight around the planet when bored one day.
Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god, this is great.
See, are these guys not well written? I mean, the writers who wrote the character backgrounds did a fantastic job.
We should probably read it out loud for the people so that they don't get the jokes and stuff.
Well, did you guys, after you've taken a moment to read it, want to do that?
I've not finished it.
Because it gets even funnier.
Oh yeah, we all know each other. Except for
Yeah.
you. I don't really know you. Doesn't mention you. It's because we don't like you, you robot.
You and I run away together.
Yeah, go us. You're the best pilot I know.
The only pilot you
Which
know.
is probably because I do not know any pilots.
You know how to shoot your gun, but you don't know really how to fly well. And the medic is like the mastermind of it all.
Yeah.
Vex engineered the whole thing.
Then this is not going to be a good character for you.
The droid
Joking.
He's a doctor again. Get it? The droid machinations. Ba-dum-bum-ching.
We're like Machiavellian.
Machiavellian bad guys.
Well, I bring him along.
Okay, jaded and cynical.
Jaded and cynical, you can play that.
Yeah, jaded and cynical. I'm so jaded and cynical. See, how's that?
It implies subtly that 41 Vex is very sensual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to play that up. It's very sexy.
It implies, I'm not saying I do this, but it
Baby,
implies
get vexed
that
with
I
it.
push you out
Vexy
of the
is
pilot.
sexy, right?
Exactly.
Out of the spacecraft.
I'm going to have to perform a physical examination upon you. Don't be afraid of my probe.
You're about to get probed.
Of course, the number one would be asking, well, how many speeds you have?
Vex, did you get that? Did you get that flying attachment?
Oh,
What am I good at? I am very
it's all
good.
about the attachments.
So if you have yellow, proficiency is good.
Okay, so quick rundown on the dice. Okay, because
Yeah,
Star Wars narrative dice are very unique because they have pictures instead of numbers. The shapes we are familiar with, so we are comfortable with the shapes.
but the pictures are different.
Yeah, how often
One
do you use
really
close-ups?
nice thing in the character portfolios is they've got that nice little breakdown on the left-hand side that shows you what the dice kind of mean, but let me give you a quick rundown. Okay, so you have the green dice. If you have a characteristic, which is what your attributes are, basically if you have a skill that relates to that, you have that many green dice that you get to roll.
Okay.
If you trained in the skill, your green dice gets turned into a yellow dice, which is awesome. Because green dice are basically all about success, which is this little starburst guy.
Yes.
That means you succeeded. The little chevron guy, which is the rebel
Awesome.
symbol, that's an advantage.
Something
Something
awesome
rebel.
happened.
So you can fail, but get a bunch of advantages. So you say you were shooting someone, you missed,
But
you
do knock
shot
something
enough
down.
glasses on the bar that it either gives him a disadvantage on his roll, or you can give an advantage to one of your teammates.
Got it.
Looks more like a laurel leaf than a.
Well, it's the rebel-y symbol.
It's not a rebel symbol.
Viewers, you decide. Look at this. Look into it.
And one of the nice thing is when your green dice gets upgraded to a yellow dice has a lot more successes and a
Yeah.
lot more double
I
advantages.
like this.
But it has one symbol that only the yellow dice has. The triumph. If the triumph comes up, epic stuff. Basically, this can turn the tide of a giant battle.
And you're allowed to go through the GM's wallet.
And the nice thing is, you guys come up with what you want this to mean. If you want, I have downloaded some nice cheat sheets, which
At the game, and I declared
in
the
every
winner.
Star Wars group I've been in, the cheat sheets come in really handy for you guys because it tells you, okay, with this I can do this, or this.
We'll just
So
do
the
it narratively.
Cheat sheets are nice, but basically, whatever you come up with, I roll with, as long as it's not something obscene.
You roll with.
I roll with. One thing also that's unique with this one is you're rolling your dice plus the opposing dice when you roll your dice. Most of the time, it's 2 purple, which is an average difficulty. So when you're rolling your skill, you would pick up 2 purple dice and roll your purple dice. When you roll purple dice, you have failure, which is this little triangle guy.
It counteracts the success.
Each triangle takes away one of these guys.
Okay, got it.
And then you have the threat, which is the opposite of advantage.
Okay.
So they can
One
cancel
seriously
each other
messed
out.
up part is, depending on, say, if you're going for someone who has a skill that's a green and a yellow, you would be rolling a purple and a red against your skill.
And the red is the
What
opposite.
a great
Yeah.
mechanic.
Red is the opposite of yellow.
The anti-yellow.
So just to make sure I understand, purple is basically the difficulty. It's your
Yeah.
target number. It's
Yeah.
got so 3 of these you're doing something hard. 1 it's easy.
Exactly.
Got
Yeah,
it.
1 is easy, 2 is average, 3 is hard.
Yeah, but I think the purple should be a big.
The dangerous thing with range
I'm with
combat...
Sandy. It is attractive. Or let me rephrase that. I agree with the Wookiee.
One thing you got to be
The
careful of
Wookiee
what
way.
makes range combat lethal in this game is almost all shots, if done at average distance, is 2 purple.
Yeah.
So if you got like 3 green and a yellow, your shots are a lot more likely to hit and do lots of damage.
Yeah, just like in
3
real life.
green and a yellow.
Now, one nice thing with the yellow dice is if you get triumph, it's always a triumph. But on the red dice, if you get this guy, which is the despair, they both can happen at the same time. They don't
That is
counteract
not
each
good.
other. So basically, like this one, you could look at, okay, Han Solo and Princess Leia took the shield generator bunker. But because this came up as well, the AT-AT walkers come out of the Endorian jungle and capture them all. So it's one of those fantastic things. You achieved your mission, but there was an ambush waiting for you in the bushes and you didn't know about it. So pretty much each time you do a skill, you just say, what's the difficulty? And I'll go ahead and give you the number. In a little bit, the starter set doesn't start you out with destiny points. But normally when you're playing a regular session, all the players would roll this guy once. And it gives
A
you
light
light
die.
size, dark side points, which are basically your bennies. Light side points you guys can spend for minor narrative stuff like, yes, we did bring the air filters on this gas planet. Or if you flip a light side point, you can turn one of your greens into a yellow. If all of your dice are already yellow, you can add a blue.
Blue is super good.
Blue is the boost to dice. If you're doing something really cool, awesome advantage, think of this as like having inspiration in 5th edition.
Cool.
Unfortunately, if you're doing something at a disadvantage, this is the opposite dice. These guys are just little minor boosts. Sometimes they come in handy, sometimes they
And
don't.
say I get like a bunch of successes, I can actually give advantage to you guys.
So if she has an advantage, she's like, you know what? Whatever my action was, it was helpful to Gary. So Gary gets a blue dice on his next action. Another thing in this one too is when you guys roll your initiative, which will either be your vigilance or your cool, depending on if you were waiting for an ambush, or if an ambush happens around you, that's your cool. Because you just basically, you're always on edge and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
You guys roll initiative, and then I roll initiative, and we basically go in the order of whichever player or non-player wins that slot in initiative. So you guys get to pick who goes next in your initiatives.
Got it.
So if you guys get like the first 4 slots and then the NPC goes, it's you guys in whatever order you choose to go, then the NPC. Which is really nice because it lets you guys direct combat a little bit more. Another thing is when it comes to fighting, the ranges in the game. It doesn't really have D&D style moving squares. It has the engaged, close. I'm looking over on the cheat sheet real quick. The engaged, short, medium, long, and extreme ranges.
Vex isn't ready to get engaged. He wants to get to know you for a little while.
Which are basically meant for the
When
weapons
I
and
was
stuff.
joking about pushing you out of the plane, I'm not joking anymore.
Okay, I'm just hearing it.
If you look in your portfolio on the right-hand side at the very bottom, it tells you what you can do on your turn. So you can take 1 action, and you can take 1 maneuver on your turn. If you want, you'll notice in the character sheet you've got wound threshold, you got wounds, and you got strain. Strain is basically what stun weapons goes after. Wounds is what regular weapons go after. If you want, you can take 2 strain to take a second movement action. By the way, if you take an aim as your action, you get one of these little blue dice to your attack roll.
So you could aim and then shoot on the same round.
Exactly. So you could aim first and shoot, or you could do the I move, take 2 strain to aim as an extra maneuver, and then shoot. Just be careful. Strain builds up, and if your strain's pretty high, somebody might accidentally hit you with the stun weapon and drop you out real quick. For the most part, getting dropped to 0 does not kill you. It just removes you from the game, and until someone fixes you. Unless you get hit by a critical attack. Critical attacks get messy because they do long debilitating attacks to you. And if I roll over 150 on percentile, you die.
What about a weapon that does critical damage? Is that a critical attack?
It basically, you crit easier. And it adds a percentile to your critical rolls. Because like I said, it takes a percentile roll of 150 to die. Some weapons have critical like 40. So it adds 40 to each of your rolls, which is really, really ugly.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it does not.
So does anybody need scratch paper?
What do I need? Would I need to write something down?
For your wounds, if you
Okay.
get wounded.
All right. Okay.
I had some.
You got some?
Yeah,
Or you
no,
need
I
some?
have some.
Okay.
I'll take one.
There you go.
All right.
There is pie.
And as you can see, the portfolio is really well done.
They are.
Xander, what's your character's name again?
I look at it.
Ascara.
Ascara.
Could you tell him? It's a Oscara. Oskara. I knew you'd spell it wrong. That's right.
It's Star Wars. You always spell the names wrong.
So I have 2 character sheets. Does that mean I'm 2 people?
No, the next page is level 2.
You flip it over once we level up, and then you get to pick one of the choices that are on the side.
That's
So
really
we
cool.
start on the very first.
Yeah, you always start on the very first one.
That's
But
actually a really cool idea.
you actually have three levels in this portfolio.
These little booklets that they give you are kind of cool. They really
I mean,
help
these
you
were
learn the
awesomely
game.
put together.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They did this, very clever.
Yeah, on the actual character
Okay.
sheets you can print, they've got a little bar that if you get a colored marker, you can mark the colors on there too to make sure you know it's 2 yellow and a green or whatnot.
Lau. I think it's Lauric.
It's
You can't do this.
Okay, so if anyone's ready, by all means, you could read the back of your character portfolio.
I will.
Do you want to go first? Go for it.
So anyone who likes Star Wars, don't be mad because I'm going to pronounce things wrong. I know it.
It's okay.
Ryleth.
Ryloth?
The home planet of the Twi'leks is a dry, dusty planet with precious little offer for anyone looking to get rich. In fact, its most valuable, some would say only valuable, export is the illegal spice called real. Consequently, I can't say that word. No. Many of the rich and powerful of Ryleth are smugglers, crime lords, and thugs, sometimes capturing innocent Twi'leks and forcing them to labor in the spice mines. Oscara was always quick, clever, and lucky enough to stay ahead of the press gangs, but her sister Makara was not.
I was just thinking they're probably getting all hot and sweaty in those mines.
What is wrong with you today?
Just keep reading.
Do I have to send your girlfriend the link to this?
you gotta send me home.
When Makara was nabbed by Qualish thugs,
Quilish.
no, I didn't say that right. Oscara had to act fast to keep her sister out of the mines. She offered her own unique services to the gang leader instead.
It's getting hot in here.
You're all bad people.
Okay.
Claiming to be an experienced bounty hunter. Notice the word claiming. Surprisingly, her first job for the gang went well, and Oscara soon thrived under the tutelage of a veteran hunter named Kayaks? I don't know. She was called on to perform more and more duties for the spice mining gang. If you lack, I'm going to punch you. And as long as she did well, Makara was safe. But then Oscara was loaned out to a Hutt gangster on Tatooine named Timo. And then things started to come undone.
Like I said, these are fantastic character backgrounds. Don't worry, I can edit it to shorten your laughter.
Okay. Continue.
I probably won't.
Timo paid her quite well.
Timo's the Hutt, by the way.
But in the course of her bounty hunting work for the Hutt, she uncovered a plot against the Ryle mining gang on Ryleth. The Hutt was going to seize their territory, and there would be no more guarantees of safety for Makara. Oscara decided to team up with Timo's favorite gladiator, a Wookiee named
Low-Rick.
that, and was one of his best pilots, a human named
Posh.
Alongside her new companions, Oscara has sent a warning to her compatriots on Ryleth and is now fleeing Timo's revenge and is going to shoot a robot. Oscara seems jaded and cynical at first, having seen much of the worst the galaxy had to offer at a young age. She's careful not to get too attached to anyone or anything. She's a professional bounty hunter and takes serious approach to her work, focusing on results rather than any emotional considerations.
Okay, Vex 41 Vex story. The Droid 41 Vex programming contains a self-improvement directive as is only appropriate for a doctor. Just as organic doctors are commonly committed to continuing education, so too is 41 Vex dedicated to increasing its skills.
As you can tell, it broke.
Unfortunately for 41 Vex, the droid was until recently stationed at a clinic in Mos Eisley with very few opportunities to improve its skills. 41 Vex spent decades rusting away, casting up blaster burns and broken appendages. The droid despaired of ever being able to either access its latest surgery protocols or expand its knowledge. Over the decades, with no memory wipe, it developed several quirks and concluded the only way to improve its skills was to purchase its freedom. To do this, it took out a loan from local moneylender in service to Timo the Hutt. Unfortunately, Timo's promises that the droid would be free weren't honest. Timo even offered to make several hardware and software upgrades.
Oh.
When 41 Vex arrived, it was promptly fitted with a restraining bolt and first provided medical care to Timo's guards and gladiators. Some of the promised upgrades did manifest themselves, however, as Timo updated Vex with some maintenance and repair programs. Fortunately for 41 Vex, the droid has struck up dealings with both Timo's favorite Wookiee gladiator, a Wookiee named Lorik, and a hotshot human pilot named Posh. They're the closest things Vex has to friends. Lorik, of course, is a
I wonder
frequent
why.
patient. Yes. Lorik, he's very molesty.
It's very vexing.
Very molesting.
Lorik is a frequent patient, and 41 Vex is called upon to repair Posh's ship, which gets damaged more often than one might expect. I've aided Lorik's attempts to escape Timo by introducing him to Posh. The Wookiees removed my restraining bolt and brought me along. Okay, now it's time for you.
All right. Posh's story. It's been a hard run for the smuggler, conman, and rogue known only as Posh. First, he was ejected from Imperial Flight School for insubordination, which apparently is a fancy word for stealing a shuttle for a quick flight around the planet when bored one day. Then his favorite speeder bike was impounded when he fell behind on the debt payments. Aww. Then Posh was arrested for grifting on the streets of Aldera on the planet Alderaan. Then he was transported for hard labor in the spice mines of Kessel, which was apparently some Alderani noble's way of getting back at Posh for something involving the noble's daughter. Then, the transport carrying him to Kessel was attacked by pirates and Posh was press-ganged into service. Then the pirates were defeated by an Imperial frigate and Posh was arrested for piracy. Then Alderaan was blown up by this super battle station called the Death Star, and things got really tense. Then Posh was set free by an Imperial officer named Herkin, who explained that Posh now owed him a huge favor. And by the way, Posh was now going to fly starships for the gentle being named Timo the Hutt. Recently, Posh has been flying cargoes for Timo in and out of the tiny town of Mos Shuda on Tatooine. In some ways, it's been the most boring and peaceful 8 weeks of Posh's life. In other ways, he keeps getting shot at by pirates and customs officials and having to do risky landings in remote, dangerous places. So it's terrifying at the same time. On the most recent mission, Posh's ship, a rusty old Gitrok 720 light freighter named Aovar, was damaged beyond repair and had to be sold off for parts when he finally returned to Mos Shudo. Timo the Hutt was not happy, since the Aovar was technically the Hutt's property. Posh decided it was probably time to leave the Hutt service and teamed up with his favorite droid mechanic, 41 Vex, and a lethal Twi'lek bounty hunter named Ascara to make it happen. Despite his lifelong misfortune, Posh thinks of himself as lucky, and perhaps he is, after all. If he hadn't been arrested and transported off of Alderaan, he might have been there when the Empire blew it up. Posh has a knack for coming through disaster unscathed. Yeah. He's a really excellent pilot and pretty good at a lot of other things and has an easygoing nature of one to whom things come easily. I totally see this guy going to hold out
That's
the
weird.
fingers,
It's weird that Timo was mad at you because
there.
I've heard he's such a forgiving and nice gentleman.
Yeah. Let's
Gentle
ask
being.
Lorick about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Lower story. The Wookiees of the heavily forested planet Kashyyyk
Kashyyyk.
okay, are a proud species with a rich culture and sophisticated technology. Unfortunately, their bestial appearance and inability to speak basic often leads to the misconception that all Wookiees are a little more than savage brutes. A long-standing antagonism between the Wookiees of
Kashyyyk.
and the lizard-like
Trandoshans.
Trandoshans frequently flares up as Trandoshans hunt Wookiees for sport. Lorik's sister
doesn't?
and nephew were victims of one of these Trandoshan raiding parties, and both were killed. Lorik vowed to hunt down the Trandoshans responsible and was promptly captured. So began his long career as a gladiator, forced to do battle for the amusement of others. Lorik eventually achieved such fame that his contract was acquired by a Hutt gangster named Timo, and he was brought to Tatooine. Timo would periodically send Lorik into the ring to vanquish gladiators belonging to his business partners as a means of establishing his dominance. From time to time, Lorik was asked to serve as bodyguard during particularly important business meetings, where his presence would serve as a reminder that Timo had many trained killers on his payroll. Recently, Lorik struck up a friendship with a bounty hunter named Ascara, who also worked for Timo the Hutt. Ascara was planning to make a run for it and quit Timo's service, and Lorik offered his help if Ascara would take him with her. Lorik also grabbed 41 Vex, the droid mechanic who patched him up after each fight and brought the droid along. Lorik has a great deal of experience with combat, both from his career as a gladiator and his time acting as a warrior on Kashyyyk. He is disciplined and thoughtful by nature, but his experiences of the past few decades have made him somewhat short-tempered. He takes his obligations and his oaths very seriously, and nothing is more important to him than escaping his predicament and getting vengeance for his family. Gotta get revenge. Although Lorik cannot speak basic, he understands it quite well, and the other PCs understand his language just as well.
Timmy's trapped in the well. So I had a question. I just noticed what. So I've ranged, light, and heavy. What's the difference between range and gunnery?
Gunnery is either a bipod mounted
right?
weapon or in a cockpit in the gun pod.
Okay, and then range, light, and heavy are like.
Yeah, if you look in the weapons description, it should tell you whether it's a ranged, light, or
Oh
heavy.
yeah, no, it's a blaster carbine.
Yeah, most of the stuff, it's pistols are the light and the rifles
I
are the
assume
heavy.
this is the gun.
Yep, that's the gun.
Pretty big.
Okay, so to definitely take a moment to look over your character sheet to see what equipment you have.
I have a light blaster, I have stun grenades, and I have a repair kit, and I have a comm link, and I'm a droid.
The droid repair kit lets you heal you, much
I
like
also have a med kit. I can heal
much
other
like your
people.
med kit can be used
Oh
to
my
heal all
God.
of them.
Got it.
So you guys are gonna laugh. I have 2 binders that bind prisoners' hands.
Cool. No, I've stopped laughing.
Well, you are a bounty hunter.
I'm done with it.
Sure, the bounty hunter has the handcuffs.
I wonder if you use them to handcuff your Laku back.
Like doing good.
Well, I have a vibro axe
And also, you can punch people in the face really
and
hard.
a blaster pistol and my fists.
And a majestic coat of fur.
Glossy fur.
Glossy fur.
I always thought they lived in like a snowy place.
No, it's
they're
actually a
they're
giant
arboreal.
rainforesty type of like.
But like
Northern
you never
American
see moss in their fur.
Well,
They're not
you know,
lemurs.
They groom themselves.
Think of them as giant koala bears.
They don't seem that cuddly.
And if you trust Timothy Zahn, they have wicked climbing claws, which never gets really brought into any stories.
But what are the small ones that are awesome?
The Ewoks?
Yeah, Ewoks are great. Can I play an Ewok?
Yeah, online they actually do have the character stats for an Ewok.
That is great.
And
I'll
just
be a
careful-
Jawa.
Just be.
It's easy to forget that Ewoks, I mean, because they seem cute in the thing, they will eat anything.
They were
They're not
savage.
Ewoks.
They ate all those helmets empty.
Also-
Just remember
also,
that.
they will
there was
eat
no
people,
prisoners.
If
They
you
were-
noticed, the only people in Star Wars that you absolutely see die, not like their planet explodes, you see them shot, fall down dead, Ewoks.
Yep, stormtroopers. It was always in the armor.
And then Ewoks then like rip off Stormtrooper's head and bash in their faces with rocks.
Hey, remember the Ewoks were going to eat Princess Leia and Luke.
So before you cuddle them,
Remember.
domesticate.
Always teach them about processed food first.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a quick overview. Here is the town of Moshuta.
As a good
Moshuta.
Ewok owner, always put it on a leash.
Moshuta. Which basically it's on a big plateau over the desert. So when you're on the plateau, pretty much either jumping off the cliffs or taking the exit here is the only routes out of town.
So why are we here?
Why can't we go to Mos Eisley? I can see that one better.
Because that's ruled by Jabba the Hutt.
We don't want to go there. Okay.
You don't want to have pissed off Jabba the Hutt.
Why
That
are
would
we
be
here?
worse.
Because
Okay.
we work for Timo the Hut.
No, we're escaping.
Three of these
You are
green
escaping.
things.
To the hut.
I have
Let's get everybody situated on some dice.
Also, I like that even in
my
games,
vibro axe is 3 greens and a yellow.
even in
Okay.
games that aren't League of Legends, everyone hates Timo.
So everybody have at least 3 purple and 3 green, and
You and I can share dice.
especially since the GM doesn't really need much dice, which is nice.
And on a side note, this is actually Jim and I's anniversary.
It
today.
is?
Oh,
Their
yeah.
wedding
Anniversary.
anniversary.
And we're sharing our wedding anniversary with you guys.
Oh man, I just lost like a bunch of female viewers that liked me.
Jim's hotel.
Oh,
No,
How
you
many- how
instantly
many
become
years
sexier when
is
you get
this
married.
one?
True.
It's true.
Huh?
6?
Six.
This is 6?
It's weird.
yeah.
You're such a great guy. You couldn't have said this before I got the ring.
Okay, so we've got the classic Star Wars scroll. Everybody ready?
Mhm.
Here comes your scroll background.
I'm so excited.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, escape from Moshuta. It is a period of unrest and opportunity in the galaxy. The Galactic Empire struggles to maintain control in the midst of civil war. Meanwhile, scoundrels and smugglers, explorers and expatriates, and fringers of all types scramble for a living on the edges of galactic civilization. It is a hard life, but these renegades have more freedom and opportunity than any citizen of the core worlds. On the desert world of Tatooine, a few such renegades have run afoul of a local crime boss, Timo the Hutt. Trapped in the tiny spaceport of Mos Shuta, the renegades have no choice but to steal a starship and flee Timo's forces. Fortunately, a suitable starship has recently docked at the landing bay, a freighter called the Krayt Fang, captained by a Trandoshan slaver named Trex. As they flee through the sun-baked streets, the renegades duck into the local cantina to hide from their pursuers.
That was so good.
Very good.
Oh, thank God. Thank the John Williams God.
Woohoo! John Williams.
All right, so each of you guys on your scratch paper take 2 strain from the heat, and the
What if we don't want
Hold
it?
except
except
for the
a scar.
Twi'lek.
Twi'leks don't take strain because they're from a desert planet.
Yeah! I knew I was awesome. Just didn't know how.
Okay, so
She's used to being hot and sweaty.
just to give you guys an idea. So remember, you know that there's a spaceship in Port Auric, which is the spaceport over here. You guys have just dove into the cantina while being chased by Timo's forces.
So theoretically, we have to get from here all the way over to there to get the crate.
And then aren't there, like, it said it's a slaver, so he's going to have people
There's a
there.
Trandoshan slaver ship, yeah.
Do we know where he is?
Nope.
We should probably kill him.
Well, I'm sure the Wookiee would much appreciate that.
Yes.
Well, I'm just saying it will make it much cleaner.
Kill the Trandoshan.
Are there does Mos Eisley have like cameras? Not Mos Eisley. This
Shoot
place,
that.
Shunta, does it have like cameras and stuff? Like all over the place? Okay.
Not
Shouldn't
really.
we
There
make-
may be some cameras in there, but
Is anyone listening in on our conversation, or are we good?
Well, where are
you
we?
should probably be good. But right now, you just dove
Into a
into
bar.
the cantina.
Then,
Should we grab a table in the kind of
Yes.
off the back here
Yes.
yes.
and plan?
Yeah.
Well, remember, you guys were being pursued by.
To act natural, I'll get a drink. That's what a
Okay.
natural person would do.
So you step down a short flight of stairs into the cantina's shadowy common room.
I'm in the common room.
The cool air is a blessed relief from the scorching heat of Tatooine. The Deveronian bartender pauses in his chores to stare at you, his devilish features intimidating. On the stage against the far wall, a Twi'lek woman dances to recorded music. Private booths line the walls. And the cantina floor is scattered with tables and chairs. A few patrons turn in their seats to stare at you. The only other exits you see from this room are what looks to be a storage closet in one corner and a doorway behind the Twi'lek dancer.
So I'll ask about buying a drink and getting one of the private rooms.
Okay. Well,
Private booths.
Private
private
booths.
booths.
Yeah.
The arched roof above you is supported by thick, heavy struts. You only have a few moments to find a hiding place before Timo's thugs arrive. What do you do?
Let's jump into one of the.
Private booths.
Yeah.
We can easily, if there's someone in there, we can
Okay.
easily get them out. Yeah.
So there is quite a few options you can think about going for. I mean,
There's the escape door behind the stage.
Yeah, but then we're
Well,
just
we
gonna
don't
be
know
back.
if that's. All we
Yeah.
know is it goes backstage.
Yeah.
We don't know if it.
But they always have a back door. They have to have a back door because
Mhm.
you got to have deliveries.
Okay, yeah, that would probably be behind the bar then. Not
Yeah,
necessarily
and
the stage.
and it's just gonna put us back outside where there are.
basically
see.
you're being hunted down right
So
now.
I'm gonna say we should go into one of the private booths.
Well, you don't have to all go together. You can also
Let's
split
like I
up and
say
do
we
different
go into
things.
two
Yes.
separate booths. Because
Yeah.
that way, if we get like two of us go here and then two of us go over
Let's do
here,
that.
maybe.
I just thought, okay,
So that we have.
this is not. Is this like a classy establishment? I guess not.
No, it's,
It's
a
a
cantina.
cantina
It's
in
like the
Tatooine.
cantina
So
that Luke and
I'm just saying, if there was a distraction, we could distract the
Yes. And
distractors
escape.
like a bar fight and then leave, and we'd be caught up.
Not the worst idea.
Okay, so basically, are you all doing this, or I mean, because you guys can all do different stuff. I mean,
I'm gonna go to the far over here and hang out in this private booth.
okay.
I'm gonna go over here.
I'm
Okay.
with
Me.
Okay, I'll go with Posh.
Okay. So what I'm getting is you guys are going to
Do
sit
they serve
down.
his kind here?
They serve his kind. The reason why they don't do that for droids usually is because droids can cheat at cards.
Ah.
I didn't
That's
know
usually why they don't like any cantinas
Count
that do a lot of
card-
sabak.
Racism.
They don't like droids because droids can kind of count the cards pretty well.
Is it racism
Okay.
if you're not alive?
It's speciesism. If
you're
you're
not-
an inanimate object.
If you're not a person?
So
it's
what?
intolerance and bigotry.
So what I'm getting is you guys are choosing to sit down at the bars if nothing is wrong because only a madman would do that.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody go ahead and give me a cool roll against 1 purple.
Okay, so cool
Xander, go
would be presents?
No, it's cool.
Where?
Cool.
There is a thing.
Oh,
Oh,
two
I see.
green.
Can I have another green?
2 green.
Do we
another
go
green?
against?
I'm pretty damn cool.
Against 1 purple.
1
One
purple.
purple?
Just so you know, I'm pretty damn cool.
You're pretty damn cool. You're bounty hunter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I am very cool. I do not know what this is. What does this dice do?
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Oh,
So
he is. He's got
I think I
2
just-
successes and 4
advantage.
advantages.
Wow.
I think
Okay.
I canceled everything out.
You are not very cool.
And then I got 3 advantages and a failure.
Okay. So if you would like with your advantages, so each advantage you get can regain 1 strain. So if
Okay.
you want, you can get rid of those 2 strain that you've lost.
Yes.
What can I do?
I got 2 successes.
You can do the same thing with your advantages
I don't
at
have
the
any
moment.
strain.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, at the moment, pretty much you're just really cool, and you can give yourself a blue die on your next roll, and you can give someone else a blue die if you
I'll
want.
give myself a blue die, and then I'll give her a blue die because she didn't laugh.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the blue dice since he's giving you a
Disrespect.
blue die bonus. Posh is like, you're with me, Wookie. Chill. Just be cool. Just be cool.
Cool.
See? That blue die just turned you failed and you were a super nervous Wookiee too. You just had an advantage and a success.
I think
So
I gave her my drink.
yeah.
Made her.
So if you'd like, you can regain 1 of your strength for the advantage.
Oh, okay. I can take.
Okay.
my strain.
Okay, and remember your next roll that you do, you have a blue dice. Okay, and what did Vex get? Just the advantage. So Vex is sitting there shaking in his seat. His little clinky clinks going on. Okay, and Pesh,
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
So what would
Alright.
be the easiest?
So
way
you
to
guys
start?
are all sitting down being cool, except for unfortunately Vex, who's
Well,
kind of
okay, here's what I'm
shivering.
going to do, but I'm not stupid. So I'm going to
Uh-huh.
take out some tools from my medical kit and look like the shivering is part of my, like, something's wrong with me. I'm gonna work on it.
Okay.
That's not a very far reach.
Okay. Moments after you hide yourself.
This is very unorthodox.
He's got a nervous twitch of fixing himself. A small troop of pig-like Gamorreans carrying heavy, bone-breaking clubs step through the door. Timo's enforcers. They blink their beady little eyes in the gloom, peering about. Then one lets loose a piercing shriek. And he points towards Vex.
Is there a role for throwing my voice?
Not particularly.
What could there be a?
Okay.
Basically, my idea is
Time for initiative.
stupid
Yep.
pig men.
Things
Someone
are
says
about to
that.
get violent. So everyone go ahead and
Bar fight.
roll your... Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative, and
What's that?
it's going to be for you guys, it's going to be your cool, because you were trying to keep cool.
And then
but
one-
no purples or anything.
No
right?
purples,
It's
just
pure-
straight cool. And don't forget...
What is this? 3 successes and 2
3 successes and 2
2 advantages.
2 advantages.
okay.
That's right.
I got the same thing. 3 advantages.
Nice.
I got 2 successes and 3 advantages.
Usually advantages are used for basically tiebreakers.
I got an advantage and a success.
So 1 and 1.
So we're gonna go.
Okay. Maybe.
Well, no, we could say somebody could go. I mean, but hopefully,
Thanks, Vex.
Vex has a way out of this. Let Vex go first.
By disassembling himself.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
So it's going to be playing character. So it's going to be one of you guys, then them, then the rest of you guys.
I would like to go
whichever order you like to.
You should go first.
You can
Okay.
go first.
So when
Okay.
he points at me, he makes that sound and I'm going to say, it's very impolite to point. And I'm going to reach in and take out a stun grenade and throw it into the mass of them.
Okay, go ahead and roll for your stun grenade.
Okay, so that's 2 green.
Yep.
And how many difficulties?
It's just going to be standard 2.
2 difficulties?
Yep.
Okay, can I do anything to get an advantage?
Not at this point.
Okay.
But as soon as we get a little further along, you guys will get destiny points. Destiny.
Okay, 2 successes versus 2 spaceships.
He's
and a fail.
got
So
one success.
that's 1 failure and 2 threat.
Yeah,
So
one success.
one
and-
success, which means you're going to be doing your stun grenades damage.
Which is 8 plus 1 damage per success.
Okay. So if you would have had extra successes, it would have
Got it.
done +1 for each
Makes sense.
additional one.
Okay?
The first one does the 8. So your stun grenade goes off. That's actually pretty good.
Into the crowd of them.
It goes off and pretty much hits all of them, doing a decent amount of damage.
Wow. Way to go.
Well, stun damage at least.
Yeah.
You see them kind of groggling.
It's been said I go to pieces so fast in combat, people get hit by the shrapnel.
Okay, however, your 2 threat.
Bar fight. Bar fight?
No bar fight yet.
Ah.
For your 2 threat, I'm gonna say you took 2 strain
Oh, okay.
for the quick jumping to action like that.
Maybe my arm was disassembled at the time.
Your arm went with the grenade.
Oh, that was unpleasant.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go.
Well, it's actually their turn.
Yeah, you said you
Okay.
circled it, so it's.
So unfortunately, since you guys picked the far end of the bar, they're gonna have to use both their maneuvers. They're coming up to your table, but it's using both of their maneuver and their action
Good,
to
the Wookiee
surround the
can come
chair.
up behind.
And they got their
Yeah.
menacing clubs. They're gonna get messy.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll just shoot. For my maneuver, I'll aim.
Okay, so it's gonna give you a blue die.
Then
So
I will
basically,
shoot.
you're 2 blue die now.
Okay, so I roll 2 green die, 2 yellow die, 2 blue die, and 2 purple die.
Yep.
You're very good at shooting.
And it's gonna be against 2 purple.
I have.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
And then you start subtracting.
What is
stuff.
this? So,
So-
4 successes.
Okay,
Well,
no.
those are advantages.
Okay.
The stars are
1, 2,
successes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So start peeling out
Here, scoot down a little. Let me show you. So what you want to do
is
yeah,
separate
it's like,
stuff. Pull
yeah,
that
so,
purple and put it over here.
yeah. So,
So you-
these
Are good.
cancel out each other.
You're gonna have
this
one advantage.
You're gonna have one advantage because only one of these is canceled
Wow.
out.
It's a
And
really
oh
good
my,
shot.
So
my
that's
God.
9 plus 1 for success.
No.
The first
8
success
successes.
does the damage.
It's
and
8
then
successes.
+1 for each additional
So
success.
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and you have one advantage. So either you can give that advantage to somebody else.
You can give a blue
Or-
die to your next person,
Okay, so-
or you can give a black die to the first one of them that takes an action.
Okay, so I do 50, and then because we are buddies, I'm gonna give my blue die to you again
Okay.
because she's with me.
So you guys from across the bar, all of a sudden the pigmen are surrounding them, and from across the bar, you reach out, put your blaster on the table, and blast one of them in the back.
Imagine that would have been cooler if I knew the rules. But still pretty cool.
Okay, so you just blasted one from behind. Now, who's gonna go next between you two? Pasha
I
the
will.
Wookiee. Okay.
Wookiee with blue die.
Now remember, they're all the way across the bar. You only have a vibro axe.
So I
unless
have
you go for your
a
pistol.
no. I have.
Yeah, but she can move across, right?
I can
Yep.
move, so that's my.
It's not. They're not going to see. They're looking at us.
Okay.
So-
Well, they might be looking back now.
Yeah, because one just got
Because
blasted from
I
behind.
get one action and one maneuver. So my maneuver is
You're getting up.
I
It's getting up close
take
and personal.
huge strides.
Okay.
Take my big strides because I can cover ground really fast, and I
Loping.
come up behind them
Okay. So you're gonna.
with my vibro axe.
Okay. Go ahead
So
and.
I get the three.
She wants to
green
ask you a question.
plus
So
yellow plus the blue because he gave me the blue and one of the purple.
Actually, yeah, just one of the purple because you're
Okay.
engaged. You're
Okay,
basically fighting hand to hand.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. Make sure I got the right number here. Okay, yep. No, it's 2 purple. Sorry.
2 purple.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got it. I am coming up behind.
Okay. And
Kill.
you know what? Since you're coming up behind, I'll give you a blue advantage. How about that?
I got one from him.
No, I'm giving you another one. 'cause
Oh,
you're coming
you're
up from
giving me
behind.
another. I'm coming up from behind, taking long strides. I'm gonna have some piggy pork chop.
Ooh.
That is a good roll.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
that one
first-
doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't
'cause
mean
it's
anything.
blank, yeah.
Okay.
Now you got 2 threats, so go ahead and cancel that with your 2 advantage. No, those
Two.
are successes. It's
Okay.
the laurel
These.
leaf ones.
These.
Those, yep. Those cancel each other out, and that's
Okay.
all you got left, which is a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So this
So-
first attack is going to do your weapon's damage,
Okay.
which let's see what your weapon's damage is. So
I deal 7 damage.
7 damage,
Yeah.
and +1 for every extra success. So add them up.
So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Well, no, just the
wait.
stars.
Oh, just the stars. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, so you got 11, and you have 3 advantages, which your weapon does do something on 3 advantages.
Inflict a critical injury.
Woo!
on the
Woo!
hit.
Uh-huh.
So for the first
You're
piggy
lopping
that
off
I
a head
get
or
to,
an arm.
no, the head. For the first little piggy,
Okay.
This little
does
piggy.
not go to market.
No.
It's-
No, this little. Yeah, this.
You basically came up and swung and took it down in
Down,
one
yep.
shot.
I assume there's a spray of gore. Just
There's a horrible spray of ichor all over the table.
Okay.
You're
See,
just splattered.
That's why a blaster is better. It cauterizes the wound as it kills.
Okay. So, Posh.
Posh.
Drive a
Okay.
starship into them.
Trying to get one. Okay.
That would be the best ability
I'm
ever.
gonna shoot that one right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Random story.
Gonna pull your
So-
blaster under the table, pull a
Yeah.
Han Solo.
Yeah, pretty much, because I'm like going, what, guys? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay,
pretending they
so.
were lizards.
Droid? I don't know this droid.
Or you can look over here, it's got the map done for you.
No one knows this droid.
Okay, and it's actually short range for you since the ride table's only 1 purple.
So one. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Because they're less than 5 feet away, but not engaged with you.
Sweet. I got 3 advantage and 3 successes.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
and since I got 3 advantage, it's critical.
Okay.
So I deal 6 damage initially, and then 2 additional, so it's 8 damage. But it's critical.
Wow.
I forgot. to
Your
have my-
blaster pistol goes off and just blasts the pig who falls flat to
Right.
the floor, right next to his headless compatriot.
bar fight.
Bar fight! You've just massacred 3 Gamorreans!
Well, actually,
Okay.
I was aiming at him.
Then we have one more.
Okay. So that one is
Yeah.
the one that you shot.
Okay,
Okay.
so do we
Yeah.
read?
Who just falls over a table. Okay,
Because he's
so
the one closest.
we're now
to me.
basically bar patrons at this point are seeing this going on. This is Timo the Hutt's town. No one wants to get involved with whatever you as Timo's minions and his pig guys are getting involved
Well, since I assume that this guy's probably gonna try to surrender.
in.
I
Maybe.
doubt it.
But
He's pig-headed.
all I'm saying is I'm a professional, so I'm gonna shoot him anyway because he can get word back to Timo.
Well,
Okay,
it
so we're
depends.
at the top of the
Is
order.
it his turn? Okay, so then it
So
is
so
the player's
which
turn.
one of you guys is gonna go next?
No
Go
one
ahead,
knows.
let a scar
Okay,
take him out.
So
yeah.
he is not in combat.
So it's 2 purple. So
But you said if you get close, it's only 1.
yeah.
So I was gonna just walk up and then shoot him.
With a
Okay, then I'll just aim. And then
Okay.
shoot him. Okay, that's a better idea. So it's
because remember it is a long range rifle.
Aim, you get a blue.
Yeah, if you aim, you'll get a blue.
so the spaceships are threats.
The windows, yeah,
You
those are
get
threats.
4 dice for shooting?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
Yeah.
and then the triangles
The
are
scar is
She's badass.
So okay, so 2 successes
okay.
and 2 successes, and 2
Okay.
advantages. I
Okay.
can't talk.
It's okay. Okay, you blast the pig from behind and he falls. Basically, your guys' table is surrounded by dead pig guards.
I'm going to stand up and say, you should all remember that this is what happens to those that respect the order of Timo the Hutt. I don't know who's on whose side.
And you just hear a few patrons chuckle, and somebody just goes, I smell pig for dinner.
I'm going to say quite poetic as I pull him out as we leave.
Okay, so don't be in a rush yet. So the Gamorreans are defeated. The silence that follows is broken by slow, unamused applause. The Devorian bartender approaches and laughs a bitter little laugh.
I guess you're folks who need to get off the planet in a hurry. The good news is for you is I happen to know that there's a freighter in Landing Bay Ordic right now. The bad news is that its Captain Trex is an associate of the Hutts and won't let you on. The other bad news is that the reason I know it's still in the landing bay is that it's a broken hypermatter reactor igniter. It won't be flying anywhere till it gets a new one installed. I bet Vorn over at the junk shop has one. Then he points to the door. Now get out of my cantina.
Thank you for your advice, patron. I'll flick him a coin.
41 Vex.
Yes, I do think the drinks were also watered.
41 Vex. Did you want to roll a quick mechanics
Yes.
check?
Okay, so that's 3. Against a difficulty of?
Of 2, just average. You should excel at this.
2.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
3. Yeah. I just go with my dice roll.
Yep, yeah.
Okay, so I've got...
Easily.
Yep. So
Oh yeah, you know that basically without a hypermatter reactor igniter, you won't
We're
be
not
going to
going
light speed.
anywhere.
But you know that it's a fairly not complicated fix to swap one out. It's like a distributor cap.
Cool.
Okay,
And
so
does he know where it goes?
he knows it
We'll
goes.
find
in the
out.
ship. So do any of you have any strain at the moment?
I do.
Okay, because at the end of the encounter,
I just had the mind.
each playing character has a chance to recover strain. You recover strain equal to your present score or your cool skill, whichever is
Oh, cool.
greater.
So then I just
there
roll it,
any-
or
You just regain it at the end.
Do
Of
they
the
have any
Okay,
credits
I have
on
no
them?
strain.
No, they don't.
Okay.
They're hired thugs.
Then
Trust me, if they had credits, they would have fought each other over, getting the drink.
Okay, then I guess I'm back.
Okay.
10.
So you guys are kicked out of the cantina.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't seem to want our business.
Quite nice people, though.
Yep. Okay, so you guys are here at the cantina.
So where's the junkyard or the whatever?
Let us consult the map.
And we're also, there's, I assume, hut people.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. On the pigmen, were there any cloaks or anything?
No, just the usual Gamorrean fare. They did have the clubs, though, if you want the clubs.
Okay, so there's a junk shop right here. So we
Right
gotta go
across.
there.
Are there
Yeah.
any
right
Timo
across.
guards?
This is Timo's town, so pretty much snitches and guards are all over the place.
I wanted to get a cloak or something to disguise myself.
So
Oh, wait. Back in the bar, is there
Uh-huh.
anybody I could pay to give me a cloak?
No.
why?
Someone must
Why
be
do you
wearing
want a cloak?
Because he wants to hide his shininess.
Yeah.
We are all noticeable.
No one is wearing a cloak, right?
No one is wearing clothes.
Yeah, it's
No.
not like
What about
nobody's
underwear?
Gonna notice.
Is
Everyone
anybody
is
wearing
wearing
underwear?
underwear, but it's the desert. So the underwear is very,
I'll wear it on the
very
outside.
sweaty.
Okay, so
Okay.
are there any Timo people, like, from our way to the junk shop?
You don't see any.
The junk shop's right across. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
Yeah, no,
basically
it's
you
kinda
can
like you
take
gotta
the
go
little
through the-
alleyway.
We take the
a
alleyway.
little
Okay,
alleyway.
then we're going to take that alleyway.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the junk shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to the junk shop.
So how much do one of these things cost?
We'll find out.
Who said
Okay.
we were gonna pay him?
That's what I was
Wow.
thinking.
Wow.
That's exactly what I was
The
thinking.
Wookiee's getting kind of dark here.
You know us.
He's a
Team.
Wookiee. They're not all cute and cuddly.
What you thinking?
Okay, so you guys are going into the junk shop.
Yep.
I'll
Okay.
rip an arm off. How would that be?
I'll
I'll
let
pay
you.
you an
Here's your
arm.
payment.
And then
yeah.
they alert the authorities have.
Oh, like the authorities didn't
It's
know.
called a 5-figure discount.
I'll let you
Okay.
keep your other arm.
So the junk shop is immediately obvious by the scrapyard
You
joining
know,
the
even in Mos Eisley, there is an Imperial presence. Do you really want to get their attention on top
You're a good pilot.
of Timo's attention?
You could outpilot them.
That's right, I am a good pilot. I'm the best
You are
pilot.
the
Okay.
Okay, the junk shop is immediately
Thanks
obvious
for noticing, sweet cheeks.
by the scrapyard joining the low poor stone building. As you step inside, you see a hunched old human male lurking behind a low counter covered with disassembled droid and machine parts. The man glances up at you and then turns to a garbage can shaped R5 droid standing at his side. He kicks the droid and shrieks, "You're supposed to tell me when we have customers, you bucket of bolts. Go outside and finish stripping that speeder bike wreck." The droid trudges off with a surly "boo" as the man turns to you. Welcome, customers. As you can see," and he points to his racks and shelves of enormous buckets full of scrap metal parts. "I have anything you could want for the right price."
We need I'll say whatever.
Who has the biggest charm? What's your charm?
Charm. 3 greens.
Oh,
3
I
greens?
don't-
Okay.
I only-
I
I have
have-
a yellow and a green. I think
I
yours
have-
is charming.
Yellow and 2. You have how many?
A yellow and a green.
Okay, so I have the best charm.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
I do.
Okay, so would that be normal?
Well, what are you gonna?
I was like, well, first off, I'm gonna say, hey, how are you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, we might be in the market for a what was the name of the part? Hypermatter igniter.
No, the best thing is you don't know all the words. You're like
Hypermatter igniter.
He
Do you happen to have one of them lying around?
He kind of looks coy at you. No, I only have one, and it's already promised to Captain Trex of the Krite Fang.
I have a gun.
And it's already
That
also
can get
promised.
us a discount.
It's like I was like, yeah, I'm from
Yes.
Captain Trex. I'm here to pick
Exactly.
it up.
Woo! Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so you're gonna try to bluff him.
Yes.
Would that be charm?
Or
Okay.
deception.
Or skullduggery.
It's gonna be
I don't see deception on my list.
deceit
Deceit.
versus his discipline.
I like
Oh,
saying
okay, hold it.
skullduggery.
Okay, so this is a 1/2. What does that mean? Oh, am I on the wrong page?
It helps
Oh,
if you
sorry.
stay back at level 1.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's still the correct same one. So where's deceit? So it's still the
Yeah,
same.
you're still pretty
Okay.
deceitful.
So
I
go
won't level
ahead
myself
and you're
up
gonna
too,
try to
but-
pretend you're with Trex.
Yeah.
Okay. And go ahead and roll a purple and a red. And because
Is there any way we can assist?
I just noticed
Can
that
I say
there's.
something cool?
I
That would
was.
imply-
Did I put a light
Yes.
side point?
Yes, I want to assist
Is
Can
there?
I
No,
do
no. Let the Twilight assist.
by
It's
shooting
the
him.
Twilight female. Hello.
Oh yeah, be hot.
Hey, baby. Come on.
okay.
I got-
Distract him.
I got all the right whatever's on my head in all the right places.
Okay,
Some
so
seductive Leku work here.
So
My
you-
humps, my lovely Twilight humps.
Oh, God.
Move back in front.
okay, so that'll give you a blue, but you will get a black because he's very surly, and you have a droid with you. He doesn't like droids.
I have another plan if this fails.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
Please,
We'll rip his
please,
arm
please,
off.
please.
No. It's more.
Okay, so the
Oh,
black
wow.
did nothing. The purple did nothing. The Okay.
Threat
So
canceled.
the threat is canceled. Awesome. So that means I have 1 success and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advantages.
He's so.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's
great
because-
roll.
of course, I'm lucky, man.
Roll.
Hey,
Okay.
Flash is lucky. Yeah.
So you give him your spiel that yeah we're here, you know. And
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. So you're supposed to be bringing the 600 credits, right?
He didn't say 600. He said 400.
Nope. It was 600 credits. Look at
Do
your
we
character
wanna-
sheets. You do have money.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier to just threaten him.
Where's my money?
It's down
It's
here.
at the bottom.
Money.
Money.
Credits.
Credits. I have 400.
Credits.
We all have
Okay.
400,
Okay.
I think.
Oh yeah, I have 400.
We could make it.
Okay, everybody pony up 150.
Okay, I pony up 150.
Everybody
Okay.
pony up
All right,
150.
Okay, we got
Okay.
150.
It's like-
I'm
So
fine.
so you
Yeah,
convinced him
we're not
you're
gonna
with
kill
Trex,
him.
and he goes back and gets
We're not
this
gonna
box,
kill him.
and he kind of puts a part off the shelf into the box and kind of closes
Can I?
the box.
I make an evaluation. Is it the right part?
Sure. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll a mechanic.
And
It's
it's
going to be
decent.
just average.
So that's 1.
But you're going to be at a 1 black dice because as soon as he notices the droid paying attention,
He doesn't like
he
droids.
doesn't like droids.
So we're all at 250 now.
Don't forget your
Oh,
purple
okay.
dice.
So I'll put
Two
250.
Ah.
Get that cheaper gas.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So,
you
So
easily.
they
do it.
just, yeah.
Yep.
Easily.
It is the correct part.
Okay.
It's a little
Okay.
banged up and battered. It's a used part, but and you do realize he's sure when he mentions the 600 credit price for out here. That's probably not too bad. He could have, if things
Gouged
weren't
us
good,
more.
he could have gouged you for a little
Made
bit
it
more.
worse.
Okay, so he gives you the part for 600 credits. So you each pony up 150
50,
each.
yeah.
So
He kind
Khaki,
of looks suspicious at you all. Like, wait a minute, Shrek sent you for the part, but he didn't have the money in an envelope, huh? But he kind of, gives you the part, and Now remember, all sales are final. Anything else that you guys want to do?
Well, if it doesn't work,
We're
we'll
coming
be
back.
Ah.
You mean you go rah 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 rah?
Rah,
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 rah.
rah.
I say that then.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go ahead and leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you leave, 41 Vex, the little R4 goes,
What's it saying?
it's basically saying, "Help! I am beaten and abused. Could you take my restraining bolt off?"
Sure.
Yeah. Well, wait. We
As
don't.
Well,
I'm
want
hold it.
going-
We gotta distract
As-
him again.
as
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
going
no, the droid's
out,
outside.
No, he's
This is
outside.
This is as you're leaving.
As I'm going out, I'll just rip it
Yeah.
off.
Do you have
Well,
mechanics?
do you speak droid?
Maybe mechanic.
You don't
I
know.
took his
Yeah.
restraining bolt off.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I'll
he
try. I'll
talks
try
to
it
you.
first.
I think he was like, here,
He was
this is my
speaking
restraining
binary.
bolt.
What's
You
the
don't-
difficulty?
Okay.
It's just straight mechanics, and it's going to be an actual easy. So just 1 purple.
I don't like this guy. We should have shot him.
Yeah, he's not very nice.
What? He's a junk vendor.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
yeah. So those
That's-
two take each other out. and
Yeah,
you
you
have
got
nothing but successes.
Successes.
Okay, you just
Damn.
quite neatly go up. Pta.
So now we have an R2, R5 unit.
Well, are you trying to take
It's
him with?
Oh
or-
no, I'll just
Sure.
free him. He can come
Okay.
if he wants.
Yeah, they'll just
he's-
recapture
he's-
him.
Yeah, so
Or the
he's
Jawas
gotta
will
come.
get him.
I'm going to say you probably want to come with us. Beep, 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 beep.
You're. Oh my god. He's our DD2 and you're see.
Oh god.
He's in Turkey,
So we have an R5 unit.
No, he's
Okay.
the C-creepio.
Okay, so
Come
We have
on.
we have R2B.
Posh, as a pilot and a smuggler, you know that
I know a lot
even
of
though
things.
you
Does
have
the R5 unit have a name or just R5?
he's R574. You know that the ship is at the landing pad, but in order to take off, you would need command and control's permission, because usually what they do is they lock the ships down at this pad here.
Where's command and
Well,
control?
why would they lock it down if they knew can fly?
Because most of them are corrupt, and well, it's not that they don't.
So in
don't,
other words, the
Basically-
Imperials want their cut.
yeah, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
This is
so-
not a
It's
nice
not-
place.
Just because someone says my ship can't fly, they're gonna lock it down anyway, because they want to make sure you pay your fees before you leave.
So
Okay, so where's the
Spaceport control.
So do we want to
Okay,
split
so
up?
we're gonna
or-
have to try and.
Yeah, how long? Yeah, maybe we should split up. How long is it going to take, I think, to repair this thing, assuming I know?
Yeah, because we might want to split up.
I don't know.
It's-
Splitting
it's-
the party.
Need a
There's
plan.
only so many of us.
Yeah, but there's only a certain amount. 'Cause-
Well,
Yeah.
first let me figure out how long it's going to take to...
Okay,
'Cause we
for
have people
installing it, it's going to be an easy repair,
Okay.
and basically you could have it installed before the ship hits atmosphere.
Okay, so we could do it as we're flying. Then.
Uh huh.
Who has high? What's your computers?
It is 4.
4.
Or
Okay,
green.
sweet.
Mine is 1 yellow and 1 green.
Mine's
Also,
2 green.
I
Same
have a
chickens
data
too.
pad.
Okay, then you should probably go with me to the spaceports because if we have to hack the
hack something.
system to bypass, or like maybe we can
And
distract
then
him.
we'll
or
go.
You can,
We'll go to controlling. I imagine with
So
us
really
it's
don't
going to
wanna
become
do-
violent, but
Yeah. hack the planet. Oh god,
Okay.
that movie was so.
okay. So you're going right.
So you guys are
Wookiee's
splitting
gonna
up?
go with me.
No, I thought we were going. I thought.
I have to go to the
So you guys are
spaceport.
splitting up?
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Okay, I
So
thought
Pash is
you.
going to the spaceport.
You and Posh were going
Yes.
to spaceport.
Yeah.
So the droid
So-
and Posh.
We were
the
going to
spaceport?
control.
So,
Oh.
No, this is where the ship is.
This is where the
We
ship
have to
is.
get the-
But the ship is currently.
Well, shouldn't
As a pilot, Posh knows the ship would be locked down.
but shouldn't the person that can install it go to the landing bay?
Okay, but the problem is, if I have to get him to hack the release, or we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, maybe. So how do? Yeah, she's assuming.
I just.
With that, or why don't we all just go? You guys wait outside in case
Right.
Yeah.
trouble
We'll
happens.
stand
These are
outside the door.
Imperials.
Right. So
Yeah.
we'll stand outside the
Okay,
door.
but
what-
but people are chasing
So
after
what's our
us.
pretext?
Yeah.
What's our pretext for getting people out of command and control?
Shoot.
You're gonna take on the Imperial forces there.
Do you
All
think
4 of us.
they have do you think they have a whole base station here? This is the corrupt, seediest part of the universe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but
gonna
there's-
have at least a dozen people.
And think about it, there's usually at least one ship on this hovering over this planet.
I did not know that.
So we
Then
need-
I didn't say shoot because
We need a way to get
I
them
think
out.
that we need to be a little more subtle. We
Do they
don't have to bribe.
do they have
or-
fire alarms in the future?
Yes, they
Yes,
do.
I was thinking
Remember,
about that.
this
Actually,
isn't
this
the
is the
future.
past.
This is the past, long, long ago.
So if we could
Lies.
if we could lob in the equivalent of a smoke grenade. Oh, there must be vents and stuff. We
Yeah.
can pump something into.
Well, why don't we first try talking to them?
Well, they're Imperials. They're not gonna let us
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but I'm lucky.
Okay.
Okay.
You're lucky.
Yeah. Well,
Then why do we have a mobster
Okay.
chasing after us?
why don't we try this?
Obviously, it's
I wanna
true.
Why
try to
don't we
smoke 'em
talk
out.
to him while I provide a distraction, or 2 of us provide a distraction? The droid hacks the system and unlocks it for us.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
They're not
I'm just
the
saying-
smartest.
Okay, so you're all going together, though,
Well,
right?
all I'm saying is if they
I'm
got
gonna
stationed
wait
out
I'm gonna
here,
wait
then
outside.
if they got
Okay.
stationed out here, then they're not the best and brightest of our.
Like the troops.
They're in the ass end of space.
It's the ass end of space, but some people call it the ass end of space, but I like the hometown feel. So you have a receipt for these droids. I don't know, they're looking for their nephew Duke or something. I love that shit.
Okay, so you realize that going to command and control is going to require you guys to
Sneak.
either sneak, talk, or fight their way past, guards.
So let's do sneak.
Okay, so the spaceport control facility is a low, squat building clinging to the edge of Moshuta Bluff. By the way, this is the edge of the bluff.
Okay.
This is all encased in glass.
Cool.
Nice vista.
Yeah.
The front entrance stands open, but a pair of spaceport security droids stand at attention. If you're going to get off Tatooine, you need to disable the docking clamps holding the Krayt Fang in its landing bay. And you can only do that inside spaceport control. You'll either have to get past these droids somehow or find another way
So
in.
I just have an idea. I get one of them out, then knock them out, use handcuffs. Wait,
It's
are
a
they
droid.
droids?
They're
droids.
The two
That doesn't
security
work. I
droids.
thought they were soldiers.
Do we still have their restraining bolt?
He doesn't have the restraining bolt kit program.
Oh,
on stick
I have 2 binders.
Oh, then we can just go straight violence here.
Okay,
Yeah.
But
so
then,
I
no, wait a
just-
minute. Maybe there's
Can
maybe we can
I just
sneak into the
bind
ducks
their
or
heads
something.
together?
they're droids. They don't get concussions.
Yeah, that my
So what are you guys gonna do? Is you're all walking up.
Well, wait. If I get into the side entrance, is there any way I can sneak and do something, pretending to
What's
be
your
one of
stealth?
them?
Let me see.
Oh, the R5 unit. Can
Your
I send
stealth
the
is
R5 unit in?
your stealth is 2 green.
Yeah, I can do
You can't say. Yeah, you can't.
What's the
just
R5
say
unit
you're
stuff?
there to,
Well, the R5 unit was back at the shop.
okay.
He's making booby traps as we speak to crush the old man.
Oh, so he didn't want to come with?
He didn't want to come with. He wants to hurt the old man.
Did you set out a murderer?
I may have, yes.
That's.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
that's
That's
okay.
freaking awesome.
Old man will go out there, pick him apart, and he just looks up as the wall falls on him.
There you go. It was an accident.
But no, it's like a room, like a go back, just like tons of things with no idea.
They don't have Asimov's 3 rules of robotics.
They do not. And if they did, you took out the unit that
Well,
had it.
it sounds like we might as well just go violent because we're not going to
Yeah.
trick them.
Well, you can try talking to him.
Okay, go for it. Go for it, face.
Dun, dun,
Okay,
dun,
how come I'm
dun,
always the
dun,
face
dun.
man?
Da 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 da.
Well, you have high persuasion.
Okay,
and-
so what are you gonna tell these droids, Posh?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the organics you're looking for.
Let's see here. I am going to,
There's a sale on droid.
okay,
parts.
now, as a pilot, I would know, I'm here to apply for apply for, permit or something? Is that?
You're basically ready to disembark.
Yes, I'm ready to disembark and I need to apply
But we're
for
gonna
it.
have to pay them for that.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, to find out how much it is, but at least if we can
Well,
get through the door,
get
I
through
can
the
create a
door,
distraction
yeah.
while he...
Okay, so that sounds plausible. You can use either your deceit or coerce.
I'm going to use my deceit.
Okay, and it's gonna be against the droid's discipline, which is gonna be 1 red die. And you know what? Since you
Just one, or...
just one. Since you gave them a plausible
Plausible
story, a
But
blue die.
isn't there?
If it was
No.
outlandish story, it would have been a black die.
Got
But
it.
this is plausible.
That's cool.
Okay, well...
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
You did fine.
let's see here. This is... Okay,
One
1,
bad-
2, 3 successes and 2
advantages.
advantages.
You did
Okay.
fine.
So on your cheat sheet, is there anything
Good job.
particular you'd like to do for your advantages?
For my advantages... let's
Make
see
them
here.
go away.
Okay, let's see here.
As she does her, hey, I want to apply
gonna
for disembarkment.
Slide past.
And
You have 2
Um,
stealth.
Yeah, but she's distracting them. Throw me. I'm gonna...
well,
let's
pretty
see
much
here.
as she said it, she succeeded so well. Both droids go, proceed with your business, and they step aside.
Okay.
We don't have to
Let's
stealth.
see here.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up and do my thing.
I'm gonna add a black die to whoever my next target's check.
Well, you're not gonna have a target out here. So
No, but inside.
it
Just add a
doesn't
blue
work
die
that
to
way,
your
'cause you're,
next.
I'm gonna
technically
add
in
a
new
blue
scene.
die to his computer hacking roll.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
That's a
Just
good
to
How
buy
about
some
that?
extra
I know
Okay,
I want.
there you go.
I want to.
Okay. So once you come on in, you step through the doorway into a large chamber crowded with computer equipment and centered around a large hollow display.
There are
Okay.
people in here.
Showing a plot of the local aerospace. Standing in front of the display with her arms folded behind her back is a human woman. She appears to be in charge, and as you watch, she speaks into a headset in a formal command tone. Imperial Shuttle Lambda 11238. This is Overseer Bryn with Spaceport Control. You are cleared for landing. Welcome to Moshuta. Half a dozen technicians of different species work at consoles, and 2 security droids stand near the doorway. Your attention is pulled to the floor-to-ceiling transparent steel windows against the far wall, looking out over the desert of Tatooine, where an Imperial shuttle is coming in for a landing.
Oh, crikey.
You know, the old folds up
yeah.
like this
You
guy?
could steal a shuttle too. It'll fly just as
Yeah,
well.
I'd rather have the Trandoshan
Okay.
ship.
Yeah, we
Can I just sidle up to a console?
He just gets
somewhere?
like
Let me enter our departure credentials.
yeah, like
Could
you know
I
how
stand-
like
could
R2
I-
just sticks his arm
Can-
into
Can
the
I
wall.
stand in front of him so they can't
Yes.
see what he's doing?
So you're standing in front of the droid?
Yeah.
And
And
you're
then-
no,
sauntering
I'm
over to a
shield-
computer?
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say, you two, just stand over there.
Okay.
And then we'll need.
Okay.
Just
So
get,
we're just
stand
standing
out
now,
of the way.
standing, and they can't.
And
Okay,
I'm
see.
gonna.
So,
But
Yeah,
how
see
wait
you
for me
around
for
the
my
side.
distraction.
okay.
Yeah, and then I'll just be ready.
To shoot them.
You will, because something's probably gonna go wrong. Because this is not a good plan.
Okay, so what are you trying to do?
First I'm basically going to charm her. So
You're gonna charm her, okay.
yeah. So,
Okay.
you know,
So it's gonna be against a purple and a red. She's a hard-working woman.
it's like. So, I would I to know the typical. Oh, I found it. It's under you.
Just grab another.
Would I know the typical fees?
Yeah.
What would the typical fees be?
A couple hundred credits for her
Keep
first
in
one.
mind that she's corrupt, most likely, because she's ended up here.
Yeah.
It's not where they send the best and brightest. Is it?
It's Ann in that.
Okay. Because okay. And
So,
what's her title?
Overseer Bryn.
It's like, and I would know that because of course I was in the Imperial Flight
And
School.
you would have had to use her services
What?
before.
Yeah.
So you know that
This is what I
if you slide her 100 credits, I will give you a blue die. How about that?
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna slide.
You're paying to expedite your
yeah,
departure
you're all gonna
papers.
cough up 25 credits.
Well, I'm assuming you just give her.
Yeah, but-
you wouldn't turn around and ask
Yeah,
everybody
no.
for
Yeah,
25
But you're
bucks.
all gonna be coughing up 25 credits. Okay,
So you do, hey, overseer
it's like,
Bryn.
hey,
I have
Officer
that
Bryn.
expedite fee.
It's like, yeah, I'm here to expedite that.
Okay.
No,
so
they
you-
but they know that she's a wanted criminal.
No,
I'm not.
technically, Timo may not have told the Imperials that you guys were wanted yet.
That
It
well,
gets expensive to recruit Imperials. They charge more.
Yeah.
They're legitimate government. You have to pay
Yeah.
more if you're paying Imperials
that
to
makes sense.
do your work.
Okay.
First, you pay your thugs who are free, basically, or you feed them to your Rancor. And if that doesn't work, then you pony up the money for the bounty hunters and the Imperials.
Yeah.
Bounty hunters would have been because bounty hunters are awesome. Just so you know.
Bounty hunters would have shot you from 2 blocks away and brought your bodies back.
That works.
That's
Okay,
what
so
I
go
did.
ahead and roll your deceit.
Okay. It's like, yeah. So
Tosh is very deceiving.
Yep.
I'm trying. Hey, and let's hope I'm lucky too. So let's hope my luck stands. Ooh, triumph!
Also,
I got a triumph. Okay, so these two
She agrees to go with us.
are gone. Okay, actually,
God.
all I got was a triumph because
All
this-
you got was a triumph.
Yeah, because these cancel
So
each
So wait,
other.
you
These
didn't.
cancel
So
each
you
other.
didn't succeed.
No,
but you
triumph
got a
always counts
Tri-
as a succeed.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
but
Okay. Do something to turn the tide of battle.
it's like
I'm assuming
you know, no, it's like I smile and wink at her. Okay, it's like maybe when I'm back in town, you know, you and I can have a drink, and it's like, you know what, keep the 100 credits.
She kind of looks both ways, make sure none of her people are looking, and she steps right next to you and says, "So, you're the one I've talked to over the comms before." And she just gets all close to violating your personal space while still looking professional. And she does the little, oh my, touches her cheek and neck. And which docking bay are you in?
Which one? Which one's the creep thing?
The Ark.
Hopefully
Arc.
yours.
Okay.
It's like, well, the next time I'm in, maybe you and I can.
You are C creepy elf.
But I got it out. But yeah, I'm in Ark.
And she kind of hands you, she goes back to her console and types something up on a plastic sheet. And she kind of says, we'll go ahead and get those docking clamps released for you. And she hands you a little plastic sheet film.
I'm gonna take it, but I'm gonna stroke her hand
Oh, she kind of
as I take the thing. It's like, thank you, ma'am.
And it's the release receipt as well as her contact information on the holonet.
And I'm gonna
Give her the
wink at her
wink.
again.
Maybe
Okay.
next time we can work instead of trying to get one night stands.
You're all
It's like-
business.
And I'm just gonna give I'm just gonna make a motion for get out. You know, I'm not even gonna look at my guys. I'm just looking straight in her eyes, and I'm like, giving the word to vamoose.
Okay,
Will I
Okay.
you guys.
Okay.
have a lingering glance into
So-
her eyes?
Okay, so you guys are heading on out. You've got the release forms. Just
I
as
say
you're
we go
walking
like a
out,
bat out of hell as we.
just as you're walking out, you hear her send the comm system to go ahead and release the docking clamps on landing bay Ark.
Oh, also, because you said they have cameras. I've been looking at the camera for the ship we're going. Are there people there? Like,
You do see at the landing bay, there is a camera for that landing bay, and you do see at that landing bay, there is the landing bay hatch is open. So there must be someone there.
he's a slaver. We don't care if we
Love-
kill him.
No, we don't care if we kill him. I think the Wookiee would take it as a personal offense if we don't kill him.
Yeah, Wookiees are not big on
Yeah.
slavery.
No, they're not big on Trandoshans either.
Also,
No.
strangely,
I
not big
vote
on
to
the
kill.
not big on the McRib.
Yep.
I can see why.
It's
That thing is
processed.
god-awful.
It's processed
Can
Gamorrean.
we try to go around like the side?
Why are-
Okay.
okay,
So actually,
yeah.
first, now that you guys have
But wait.
accomplished
Oh.
this part, it's a good place to wrap it up because you guys have actually accomplished one of your major goals and earned experience.
Uh-huh,
And you'll be able to flip over your character sheet
Oh
and
my God, I'm
choose
so
what you would like to get better at.
I want to get better at shooting.
All right, and this is a good
No.
time to wrap up this recording.
What's his?
Okay.
Thank you for listening, guys, and may the Force be with you.
So you picked us
So
something on
I
the upgrade?
want to.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion Hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.